So it's the 21st of December 2013 and we've had a little bit of an interesting weather event here in Toronto. So as you can see, it's raining here today, and it's actually been raining quite a bit over the last 24 hours or so, or actually longer than that. We've been getting quite a bit of rain, and you know, the amount of snow that we got last weekend and over the beginning of this past week is all kind of starting to disappear. You can see through to the grass there. But that's really not what I'm here to show you. Since it's been raining and the temperature has still been cold, we've been getting quite a lot of ice which has been accumulating in all of the trees. So it looks really neat. It's kind of like a popsicle with you know, all this ice that's kind of coated on it. If you kind of look at it quickly, it kind of looks like little drips of water, but those drops of water are completely frozen, and it's basically a whole bunch of icicles which are just formed, you know, all over these trees. And the ice doesn't just stop at the trees, it also forms all over the man-made stuff like the electrical components and telephone wires and street lights and things like that. Now the ice seems to have a less effect on the evergreen coniferous trees like this one here. It doesn't really coat them as much as the other. You know, they kind of almost look the same. So walking around on the sidewalks and stuff, everything seems like pretty well clear. Like even there's all this ice which has been forming on the trees and stuff. The actual ground, it just seems completely clear. It's, you know, nice and gripped. However, if you take a step off the sidewalk onto something that hasn't been cleared, it's extremely slippery. It's almost like a skating rink here. I think the reason that the roads and the sidewalk are so much more cleared than other things is because they put down salt. Weather events like this one, where there is ice accumulating on different things, has been known to cause quite a bit of damage. For example, when there's lots of ice that forms on power lines, you know, they become loaded with a lot more weight than they typically would be supporting. So it causes, you know, damage to the connectors that hold up, you know, the lines. That even can snap the actual power poles. Not to mention all the damage that it does to the trees. However, we're not really seeing a huge amount of ice during this winter event, which I think is because it just really isn't quite cold enough for most of what falls to freeze. It's only right now around maybe -1 or right around 0, really, 0 Celsius, and you know, the water is really just on the verge of freezing. So some of it freezes, some of it doesn't. I predict with the amount of rain that we got in the last little bit, if it had been around -5 or something, I think we would have seen a lot more you know, ice accumulated and a lot more damage. Well, as you may have guessed, no CJ Hoyle weather video would be complete without a trip up to the roof of the building. So here we are looking west, overlooking a very icy Toronto. All of the trees you can see are very whitish color, kind of gray. A mixture of the brown and the white ice that surrounds it. All those trees are just like the ones that I was showing on my street, except of course for the coniferous evergreen trees, which basically look the same. And it's also quite foggy as well, which makes it difficult to be able to see North York through the fog. And you'll also notice that quite a bit of the snow that we had before is starting to disappear. You can definitely still see snow, but there's just not as much of it. You can kind of see little spots that are snowy, but also little spots where the snow has disappeared, like on those roofs. Well, I hope you enjoyed exploring the icy streets of Toronto with me. Until next time, thanks for watching.